Hi all! Everything in my video is pulled from the public domain, and I am using them under the Fair Use, Fair Dealings guidelines. Everything I say is my own opinion. You should look into this information for yourselves, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. Good morning, you guys. All right, I love this picture above. I saw it on Twitter. It's under somebody named Moon Lovers. Isn't that like the most amazing photos you've ever seen? So cool. Okay, we've got news. We're covering news. And also, I put together a little video compilation to explain something that's been going on. I'm trying to give my opinion on it. It's just best with videos. You guys know how that is. Okay, so let's just jump right in and get there with both feet, shall we? Let's go. Remember I showed you this picture of Princess Beatrice and her husband Edo at the Glastonbury Music Festival? Well, apparently they went the next day as well. She looked very cute, just like she did the day before. He looks handsome. They stopped to get some food, and apparently the big story of the day was that her card was declined 3 times. I mean, my goodness, that happened to me yesterday. You know, sometimes the things malfunction. All right, moving on. FYI, Louis was at the festival too, in a manner of speaking. Best flag at the concert, I'm willing to bet. All right, now let's move on. This next article is that Harry is going to vanish in the shadows after the Queen's reign ends. And you know what? He's right. This article is right. The Queen is the only person that's been Harry and Meghan's ally and has shown forgiveness for all the crappy things they've done. And he's been able to jump the queue and get right to her. When she passes away, that's over. And if he thinks he's going to get that same treatment from his dad, he is very, very sorely mistaken. All right, moving on. And it's pretty obvious that Harry has pushed the family because now the royal website has been updated. Harry is no longer got his military titles, the patronages, same thing for her. They've all been removed. And the only reason that they have anything still listed on there is because they're family. I think it shows that Harry is the Earl of Dumbarton, which is the Earl the name that could have been given to Archie, but of course they didn't want that. All right, moving on. All right, here we go. This is exactly what I was talking to you guys about. Miss Feminist Jump on Every Bandwagon has said nothing over what's going on in the United States with Roe versus Wade, which was my whole point in bringing it up. This article questions why they haven't spoken out, and one of the comments was that maybe they don't want to invite the wrath of the royal family. Well, I mean, my goodness, that didn't stop them from speaking out before. I find it shocking she hasn't jumped on the bandwagon because Kim Kardashian, Jennifer Aniston, Justin Bieber, they've all made public statements. The people writing the article reached out to Archewell for a comment, and of course it was no comment. All right, this is going to open a lot of debate, but here we go. I found this on Twitter. Pip Pops said that she never believed that Meghan Markle was older than reported, and then happened upon this. It's an old 17 magazine. A lot of you may not know what 17 magazine is because you're too young, but it was a really big magazine back in the 80s. Anyway, they had a peak performance competition, and there was somebody named Meghan Markle from LA who got an honorable mention, and her given age at the time was 21, and this was a March 1997 edition, which makes Meghan 46 this year. Now, it was suggested she might have been 15 at the time and lied about her age because otherwise she wouldn't have been the minimum age to get in there, but who knows? All right, moving on. You know, Charles and William have both discussed slavery and have acknowledged it. And Charles recently said in a speech that slavery should be taught in school alongside the Holocaust. Now, you would think that this would make Nadine White and Shola and all of them very happy. But you know what's going on. Now it's, this is what he wants to do. So he's damned if he does. They're damned if they do. They're damned if they don't. You know how that works. I give them kudos for trying. Ladies and gentlemen, I am happy to announce that the Queen made her first appearance since the Jubilee weekend, and she went to take part in the ancient ceremony of the Keys ritual at Holyrood House. Edward and Sophie went with her. Here's a few snippets of the event. This is a ceremony where the monarch is handed the keys to the city and welcomed to her, quote, ancient and hereditary kingdom of Scotland. A guard of honor was provided by the Balaclava Company, I hope I'm saying that right, Sutherland Highlanders. You guys know who I was looking for, but I didn't see him. Anyway, after she gets the keys, she hands them back to entrust them to the city official to have them. Supposedly, she's going to be doing several engagements this week, and she's going to meet the Scottish First Minister, Nicola Sturgeon, during her stay. I think that's fabulous, and we're all going to be looking out for pictures of her out and about. Fabulous news. And FYI, they made a point of pointing out how lovely Sophie looked, and she did. She looked absolutely gorgeous. She's another one. She looks good in all colors, but the green really offset, and I love the hat. I'm just glad she's getting recognition, like I said before. All right, moving on. Next up, we're going to take a trip down memory lane. People are still commenting, how did this woman end up with Harry? What happened that she managed to grab her hooks into Harry, that claw into Harry? So let's just take a quick look down memory lane, okay? Watch this. First up, we know she can have a temper, and she certainly does not like it when people cut her off or when they say things to her that really upset her. Her face just kind of drops, as you can see above. We also know that while she's a feminist, she expects to be treated like a lady. Harry should move out of the way and let her go first. Harry should step aside because she felt that she was more important. Maybe she had more to say than Harry does. As the gaslighting went on, it became more and more apparent that Harry was losing some of himself and she was taking over in the relationship. She's telling him and directing him what to do, like he's a newbie. Here's a perfect example. Harry, sit down. Okay, here's another example. They're walking into the church. Harry, smile. Here it is again, a little bit slower. Here she is telling Harry, who's in the middle of the receiving line, they have to leave. He should stop talking. And he does. You know, Meghan is possessive of Harry to the point where it's really weird. Here's a video where an elderly woman touched him and she literally moved his arm. She didn't want this elderly woman touching him. It's creepy. Then we had the obvious, nasty, jealous stares that she gave to Catherine when she thought that the cameras weren't around or that nobody could possibly see her. She was unable to maintain the facade, but we all knew what was going on behind the scenes, right? So as Harry begins to disappear, she takes the lead. Now here in this next clip is a perfect example. Harry's talking, she cuts him right off. Harry immediately just stops talking. Okay, here's another example. She has to tell him to go ahead and sign the book before her. She has eroded his confidence to where he doesn't even know what he's doing anymore. Here's another example of her cutting him off. He just stands there. Yeah, here's another example. He's like, sit. And she's like, no, I'm going to sit over here. He's like, sit. And back and forth it goes. Who does that? Now, these next videos were all taken at the same event, and it shows just how much she's making fun of Harry. So the first clip is going to show where she literally makes fun of Harry, gets the audience to laugh at him, directs him to move to the other side of the plaque to open it, and then it shows it again a little bit closer up. Pay attention to Harry's face at the very last clip when it's the closest to his face. Look at his facial expression. She couldn't even let him have a minute with the veteran statue. She touched him and was like, move out of the way, and he did. She eroded his confidence. Watch this. I don't think people in general are crazy about her. You've seen the video before from the tour that she went on. And here's just a clip that I've shown you guys before about, she's hugging on to this woman, and this woman looks like she wants to just run the other direction. This is exactly what I'm talking about. And let's not forget what Harry said about England. Watch this.
I had the chance once. I suppose I've got quite into it. And at the end of the day, if you join the army, you expect to go on operations. I don't want to sit around at Windsor because I just generally don't like England that much. And
we know she can be rude. You guys remember this, where she nudged herself into the middle of this award ceremony and she did this fake clapping thing with her hands? See that? And then she had to make sure that she was right in the middle to get her photo. I thought, where have I seen this before? This just looks so familiar. I've seen it. Where? Well, right here. Here you go. Harry's giving out awards, so she makes sure that she's right there for the photos. She takes the photos, they hand out a few more awards, and she does that fake clapping thing that she does with her hands. I don't know what that is. She's constantly touching Harry, trying to direct him. Here, Harry, hand this out. Here, Harry, take care of this. It's the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Here's the interesting part for me. She's ready to leave. So she looks at Harry. She's like, come on, we're done. Let's go. Walk it. Yes, thank you. Thank you. I'm ready to leave. Harry, let's go. And boom, she starts walking off and Harry has to go with her. And that's just all there is to it. Small chit chat crap. There you go. And then she picks her stuff up and she directs Harry. Harry, stop. Harry, get your hat. Get your umbrella. Let's go. See what I mean? It's like he's the newbie and she's trying to tell him what to do. It's ridiculous. And who can remember the over-exaggerated perp walk? Right, left, right, left. We've seen that before, right? Right, left, right, left, right, left. Catwalk, right, left. And we've all seen the stares, the sickly sweet stares, some nice, some mean, the blinking thing. The point that I'm trying to make to all of you is when you put the stares, the directions, the gaslighting, when you put, all of the claw, we haven't even done the claw. When you put all of that together, that can really mess with somebody's head and manipulate them. And that's exactly what happened to Harry, in my personal opinion. Sorry, that's my thoughts. All right, you guys know that I usually never talk anymore about he who shall not be named, but this was just too good. Without calling out names and without going into it really deep, we do have a member of the Megxit community who literally went bonkers, sent some nasty messages. I got a nasty message. I was like, you know what? I've never bullied anybody or doxed anybody or done anything to anybody, and just leave me out of this mess. So all of a sudden, out of the blue, these tweets start showing up. So one of two things is happening. The credible tip is, we know who it's coming from. The question is she doing it to try to hurt somebody, or is she doing it to lead Bozo down the wrong path? Because Bozo now seems to think that Meghan's mole has 3 channels, which she doesn't, that she disguises her voice, which she doesn't. I speak to her on a regular basis. That is her voice. That she's psychic on her website, which I've never seen that one. That she's applied for bankruptcy twice, never had. That her house was foreclosed on, never happened. That she has civil judgments and a criminal record. You just can't make this up. So we're waiting for the videos to come. These are going to be good because they're crap. This guy will take any information that anybody feeds him and run with it. And that's what opens him up to possible defamation and litigation. Doesn't he realize what's going on? Anyway, I'm dying to see this video. I hope he puts it out soon. So, yes, this last tweet that came up wants to thank the person. We know who the person is. I mean, the Megxiteers know who the person is. And my lawyer will be in contact with her very soon. I wonder if it's the bankruptcy attorney, the same one that sent out that cease and desist, which is worthless in another state. Let's just hope that he gets that video down soon, since it's all full of incorrect information and he'd be open up to libel. And yeah, I just love it. Okay, moving on. All right, you guys. You know I want your comments. Now, I did have somebody write on my YouTube account that their comments are disappearing. Let me just tell you, I do not remove people's comments unless they're abusive. You're calling somebody names, you're just downright abusive. Those people I remove, and when I remove you, your comments go with you. But no, I don't remove comments. I don't know why some of your comments are disappearing. I wish I did know. It's a YouTube thing. Anyway, don't forget to double check the subscribe button. Make sure you're still subscribed. If you're not, hit that button again. Again, several people have told me that they go to comment and they realize they're not subscribed. It's the weirdest thing. All right. Don't forget you can follow me on Twitter, Getter, Rumble. You can email me. To those who have hit the thank button and my coffee fund, thank you so much. And as always, you guys, have a great day.